Hello, new Stoics. This is Tim, and this is Daily Stoic. And today we are getting back into the Enchiridion. We are going to chapter 29, where we're going to learn a little bit about discipline and training. And here we go. In every affair, consider what precedes and what follows, and then undertake it. Otherwise, you will begin with spirit, indeed, careless of the consequences, and when these are developed, you will shamefully desist. I would conquer at the Olympic Games, but consider what precedes and what follows, and then it will be your advantage. Engage in the affair. You must conform to the rules, submit to a diet, refrain from dainties, exercise your body whether you choose it or not at a stated hour. In heat and cold, you must drink no cold water and sometimes no wine. In a word, you must give yourself up to the trainer as to a physician. Then in combat, you will be thrown into a dish, dislocate your arm, turn your ankle, swallow an abundance of dust, receive stripes for negligence, and after all, lose the victory. When you have reckoned up all this, if your inclination still holds, set about the combat. Otherwise take notice. You will behave like children who sometimes play wrestlers, sometimes gladiators, sometimes blow a trumpet, and sometimes act a tragedy. When they happen to have seen and admired these shows, thus you too will be at one time a wrestler and another a gladiator, now a philosopher, now an orator, but nothing in earnest. Like an ape you mimic all you see, and one thing after another is sure to please you. But it is out of favor as soon as it becomes familiar, for you have never entered upon anything considerately, nor after having surveyed and tested the whole matter, but carelessly with a halfway zeal. Thus some, when they have seen a philosopher and heard a man speak like Euphrates, though indeed who can speak like him, have a mind to be a philosopher's too. Consider first, man, what the matter is, and what your nature is able to bear. If you would be a wrestler, consider your shoulders, your back, your thighs, for different persons are made for different things. Do you think you can act as you do and be a philosopher, that you could eat, drink, be angry, be discontented as you are now? You must watch, you must labor, you must get better of certain appetites, must quit your acquaintances, be despised by your servant, be laughed at by those who you meet, come off worse than others in everything, in offices, in honors, before tribunals. When you have fully considered all these things, approach, if you please. That is, if you, by parting with them, you have a mind to purchase serenity, freedom, and tranquility. If not, you do not come hither. Do not, like children, be now a philosopher, then a politician, then an orator, and then one of Caesar's officers. These things are not consistent. You must be one man, either good or bad. You must cultivate either your own reason or else externals. Apply yourself either to things within or without you. That is, be either a philosopher or one of the mob. So, that's a long chapter. Mostly they're very quick. But this is more on the theme of being prepared. Being something that you can be. So I'm a bigger guy. I'm about 6'2", but if I had dreams to play in the NBA, I would be laughed off the court. I would not be taken seriously. And so we have to kind of consider that we're kind of restricted physically to do certain tasks. And sometimes people overcome those with training and, you know, working up the skills that they need to achieve these goals. A lot of people overcome the physical element and become what they want. If somebody's transgender, they're born a man and they feel more to be a woman, they have to overcome the physical reality of passing, or as overcoming people judging them to not be what they really feel to be. And so there's things, but a lot of people overcome these physical components. But one of the main things that Epictetus is talking about is the mental preparedness to overcome these challenges. So becoming a philosopher is not just wanting to be a philosopher. It takes a lot of training, a lot of reading, a lot of understanding. We have to be restrained. I think in his case, he's more referring to being a Stoic philosopher. So adhering to the four virtues, not getting drunk all the time, not not being a bad person, have courage in the face of tyranny, be a try and be a good person, and the only way that you could do it is if you exercise it all the time. And that's a big theme with virtue ethics in general, is you can't just be a good person. You need to constantly try and be a good person. You need to put forward that effort. Otherwise, it's never going to happen. You could say that you're a good person all you want, but if you're not actually doing good acts and you're not actually helping people, then you're never really going to be a good person. So, just taking as a general lesson is it is good to train. It is good to be prepared. And this almost goes with most things, even the most gifted physical specimens in football and basketball, they have, they're going to have issues if they don't practice, if they don't throw the ball up once in a while. The greatest ballerina dancers in the world don't get that way just from, you know, dancing on their toes. Even getting to that point takes years, and physical deformation in their feet sometimes just to reach that level. And so we have to kind of keep these kind of things in mind. Is sometimes we have to stop just saying that we are a certain thing and actually train to be it. So with me, if I want to be a philosopher, if I want to be a good Stoic, I need to exercise it. I need to be a good Stoic. I should not be so emotional. I should read Stoic writings. I should live by the four virtues. I should do my daily meditations. And I hope everybody listening to me today has similar kind of goals, or similar kind of issues that they're working through, that I hope this writing can help you get what you need.